What's up, guys? Here it is, finally. The Scream video I've been teasing for the last at least 2 weeks. Today we're going to take a really close, in-depth look at the screen-used hero Ghostface costume from Scream 3, as well as screen-used mask from Scream 3, and a couple other things. Now, right off the bat, yes, we have seen this before. I have another video that it's actually my most watched video on the channel. Thank you guys for that. If you're watching this and you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you also check that video out as well. It is the 25th anniversary Fun World Ghostface costume review and comparison. In that video, I take a really close in-depth look at the movie accurate 25th anniversary Ghostface costume from Fun World, and I compare it to an actual screen used costume from a film, which was this very costume here. So first, I want to talk a little bit about how I got this. One of the most common questions that I get, really as long as I've been in the community, anytime you post anything that's hard to find, or of course screen used, the most common question is probably like, where did you get it? How did you get it? Basically, as you know, I was a Scream fan from day one. I saw the original movie on opening night in 1996. It was just completely blew me away. Same thing, saw Scream 2 opening night, saw Scream 3 opening day. I actually, my father allowed me to miss school the day Scream 3 came out because it was the final chapter and it was such a big deal. And he took me to see it along with my friend Brett, and we saw it opening day, the first showtime of the day. So it was really, really cool, really exciting time. And how the costume came into play. So I had always wanted a Ghostface costume that looked like the ones in the film. Now, at the time, this was the early days of the internet, late 90s, 2000. There wasn't this vast wealth of information that we have now. This information obviously it's now well known. A lot of this stuff I'm going to tell you is that is now well known and has been well known for years, was not well known at the time. Wes Craven had his website. I believe it was wescraven.com. Could be wrong on that. But he had his personal website, and it was mainly actually set up to promote his book, Fountain Society. There was also a part on that page where you could ask Wes a question. You could basically asking about the costumes. Why are they different? Can you get them somewhere? Where can I get a costume like that was worn in the film? One day, Wes finally responded, so we had our answer. He basically said in the answer that, hey, the costumes are different because they're custom made. They were custom designed and custom made by a seamstress, by the costume designer, using very special fabric, and they cost production about $750 a piece to make. So not the answer I was looking for, but it was an answer. So now I knew, okay, so they were custom made. So basically, there's no way to get one. There's no way to own one. There's nowhere to buy one. And even if you could, $750? Are you kidding me? Well, like I said, I was 16 at the time. It was shortly after the release of the third film. And I was buying everything I could, Scream related, Ghostface related, anything rare, anything cool. Now, mind you, this is the early days of eBay also. Not only was it like the internet wasn't what it is today, eBay was not what it is today. This is back when there was no, you had to send a check or a money order. You'd actually send your payment in the mail. and send it to the person, wait for them to get it, wait for them to cash it. If it was a check, you had to wait for it to clear. It was just a very, very different time. Even like finding an auction with a photo at the time was rare. One day I'm searching and something comes up that says Scream 3, Ultimate Scream 3 Collection. What's this mean? And I see it has a starting bid of $350. I'm like, $350? What could this be for $350? That's the most expensive Scream item I've ever seen. So I read the description, and essentially the description described that the person selling this was a stuntman who worked on the film, one of the many stuntmen that played Ghostface. Obviously, we know the main stuntman who played Ghostface, and probably I'd say 95% of the film was Brian Avery, who in my opinion was the best Ghostface. I know it's controversial, but I said it. The other 5% were stand-ins or other stuntmen that were brought in. They were able to keep the costume that they wore, which just happened to be Roman's costume, screen matched, worn by not only Brian Avery for the shooting stunt of getting shot in the chest, but also worn by Scott Foley after the fact, and then worn later by this Ghostface actor slash stand-in slash stuntman. So, a lot of history. Literally probably the best possible costume you could have from Scream 3. And probably the only costume that's ever been able to be actually 100% screen matched due to the bullet holes on the chest. So, not only is it screen used, it's hero screen matched. You can't beat it. I basically begged my parents. I begged my dad, begged my mother. Okay, well, let's do this. So, put in all these bids, and I ended up winning the auction for a whopping $690.01. I won it by a penny. Somebody else was wanting that costume. Somebody's out there that was bidding on this costume in 2000, 22 years ago, and lost. Sorry, guy, whoever you are, or girl, you lost to me. Sorry. Beat you by a penny. So let's take a look at some of this. So I'm going to show something that I don't think I've ever shown in any of my YouTube videos, maybe briefly, certainly not in depth. So this is one of the screen used Ghostface masks from the film. Get you guys a much better look at it here. Here we go. Look at that shape. Really, really, really got that Scream 3 shape, right? Right? I mean, it's a Scream 3 mask, of course it does, but it really does. It really still has that Scream 3 shape, that twisted mouth. It's just, look at that. It's just perfect. I love, love, love this mask. It's still really bright white because I kept it like sealed and closed up. Never really displayed it for that reason. So it's still really nice and white. Still smells like vanilla. I mean, this is awesome. Here we go. So in Scream 3, one of the things they did differently from the other films was they didn't modify the masks as heavily as they did in, say, Scream 1 and Scream 2. One of the solutions that they found was instead of having to go and like double or triple up the eye mesh to make it darker for close-up shots or whatever, to hide, Brian's eyes, one of the things they did for that, as a solution to that, so they didn't have to constantly be flipping out masks, like you got a hero mask for this shot and a stunt mask for that shot, blah, 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 blah. A lot of them retained the original Fun World eye mesh, and what they did was Brian would just wear a black, like, stocking over his head. Then the mask would go over that. So if they needed the eyes to be super dark, where you could barely see, but you couldn't see his eyes at all because it was a close-up shot or something, that's what they would do. They would put that black stocking over it, then the mask over top of that. If it was a stunt shot where he's running, take the mask off, take the black stocking off, put that back on. Now he can see a little bit better, and you're probably not going to see his eyes anyways because he's running or tumbling or whatever. Also, some of the masks had the black felt glued to the mouth to take the shine down, and it's one of the few films in the series where you can actually see it. There is several shots, if you know what you're looking for, if you're just looking for it, you can clearly see the felt. One of the shots too, where they use the hero mask, which is not being worn, it's in the closet in Milton's mansion at the end of Scream 3, when Courtney Cox and, I don't know why I'm using their real names, when Dewey and Gale open the closet and they find the costume with the mask and the cell phone and the voice changer, you can clearly see, like, mark my words, pause it. If you've never noticed it before, check it out. You can clearly see the felt over the mouth. So that was another thing that they did to some of the masks. This is one of the few remaining surviving Ghostface masks from Scream 3 that's out there. Really, really, I mean, they're already super rare because they're used in the film, obviously, but Scream 3 is even more rare. There's so few masks from Scream 3 out there. So there's the mask. Again, also got the crew hat. And of course, the crown jewel, the costume, the Ghostface costume. So here it is, guys. Again, I know I kind of showed the costume and talked a little bit about it on that other video, but we're going to show it again. So this is it. I mean, it's huge. These costumes, the Screen Use costumes are really, really, really big. They really are. The fabric is heavy. It's a really heavy costume. Really heavy. The hood's really large, as you can see. It's got so much. Just trying to put it over the mask there like that. That's kind of cool, huh? Yeah, look at that. So yeah, the hood it's just amazing. I really love the hoods on the Scream 3 costumes. You have, what's unique to this costume is the closure system. So this one has, hear that? You see that? Metal snap buttons that go the entire way down. And the reason for the snap buttons, they didn't all have snap buttons. Some of the costumes on Scream 3 had Velcro, some of them had the snap buttons. The ones with the snap buttons were used for like running scenes and effect scenes like this particular costume. So this costume was made for the scene where Sidney shoots Ghostface 5 times in the chest in Milton's mansion, and he gets up and vanishes. Why? Because we find out later he's wearing a bulletproof vest underneath. But this costume, it still has not only the bullet holes, which, like I said, are 100% screen matched. This is the costume that was later worn by Scott Foley through the entire ending of the film. So there's the 2 bullet holes on that side of the chest. And there's the 3 on that side. I'll try to give you guys a closer look here. There we go. There is the bullet holes. See that? It's crazy when you watch the movie, you can even match up like it matches perfectly. It's insane. And on the inside is still the tape that was used to tape the squibs, the little explosives, is still on the inside. So there's still remnants of the explosives there. Yeah, in my opinion, one of the most important costumes from the series ever, and most certainly from the film, the individual film from Scream 3. I did also, later down the road, I was able to get a set of the boots from somebody else that played Ghostface. The Ghostface boots from Scream 3, and I think I revealed it before, but we'll do it again. The brand is Original Rugged Outback. Complete, screen-used, screen-worn, screen-matched hero Ghostface costume from Scream 3. Robe, mask, boots, the whole 9 yards. That's it, guys. That about does it for the video. Like I said, if you want to see a lot more details of the costume, do check out that 25th anniversary Fun World costume review / comparison. But yeah, that's it, guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video, and I've got quite a few surprise Scream videos coming your way soon, so definitely stay tuned. Definitely keep an eye out for those. I've got some really cool stuff that you guys aren't going to believe. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe.